My shop has improved a lot over the last few months, but there's still a lot left to organize. So today, I'm making some more tool holders for the French Cleat Wall, as well as some other storage solutions for around the shop. I have made a number of tool holders for the French Cleat Wall, and they're working quite well. But now I have the SnapMaker. I can make things in a way that I could not have made before. Having a 3D printer, a laser etcher, and a CNC machine allows me the freedom to design whatever I can think of, and the ability to produce it. I'm still getting the hang of this machine and learning how to use the design software that goes along with it. Making things to organize this shop is a great way to get more practice with the 3 functions of the SnapMaker, as well as multiple different types of software that go along with it. I've already made a holder for my Forstner bits, but that was before the fancy new machine arrived. And I thought of another design to store the bits, and it can hold some sandpaper as well. For this one, I'm going to end up using all 3 functions of the SnapMaker, as well as the table saw and a few other tools. As usual, this will be made from whatever scraps I have laying around, like some of the paneling that covers the walls in the shop, and some scrap plywood from the French Cleat Wall build. My first step is going to be on the CNC machine. In these side panels, I'll cut some channels for the other parts to fit into when they're ready. Once my panels were both cut out, I swapped over to the laser etcher to give this tool holder a little decorative touch. Who says a shop has to be plain and boring? This owl turned out fairly well, so the other side's going to get an eagle. I'm not yet sure what the difference was between the settings for the owl and the eagle, but the eagle didn't turn out as well as I would have liked, but I'm going to keep it anyway. While I have the laser etcher set up, I wanted to add some numbers for the tool sizes. So, while those birds are being etched, I cut up some of the scrap paneling. And while I'm at the table saw, I cut the shelves as well. Now I can add the numbers. The last thing to make are the parts that the bits will rest in. For that, I switched over to the 3D printer. Now that all the parts are made, I'll cover up my birds so I can add a bit of paint to the inside and the front edge of the panels. The rest shouldn't be visible, so I won't bother painting that part. When the paint dries, I can add a bit of this wipe-on poly to protect my birds. After waiting for that to dry, it's time to assemble everything. The final step is to add a cleat to the back, hang it on the wall, and add the bits and sandpaper. And there it is, all done and looking pretty good. I recently finished my enclosure for the SnapMaker, and of course I added French cleats to the side of it. So now I want to make a tool holder that can organize all of these tools. These are the tools that always need to be close at hand when using the machine. Most of this stuff is for the CNC machine. There are bits and collets and some clamps, as well as wrenches, and clippers, and the screwdriver. Till now this has all been cluttering up the workspace around the computer. Now I'm going to try to design something that will hold all of this, and can then be added to the side of the enclosure. Fusion 360 is what I'm using for this part. The software is still pretty new to me, so I did my best to come up with a design that can hold all of this stuff. After stumbling around for a bit, this is what I ended up with. Fusion 360 can now export a file that I can use in the slicer software to make the design ready to print. In this case, the slicer I use is the default software for the SnapMaker, called Luban. From Luban, I can upload the file to Octoprint, the software that can talk to the 3D printer. I understand that not everyone knows what it takes to get a product from your imagination to a completed object, so I thought I would try to paint a better picture of what's involved in creating things with this machine. Feel free to let me know in the comments below if any of you would like any more details about this process, or if you'd rather just sit back and watch stuff get made. With my file in Octoprint, I can start the print. Those who are not familiar with 3D printing may not know just how long these prints can take. This is real-time footage, not sped up at all. I think this print was about 15 hours or so. And now about 15 hours later, this is done. So I add a French cleat to the back and mount it on the side of the enclosure. There were a couple of things that I wanted to include on this tool holder, but it turned out that my design for these two items didn't work out so well. And then, rather than go back in and redesign it and then reprint a whole new one, I decided I'd make a separate holder for them. And this one seems to work well, so I think that's a good compromise. Another tool that I like to always have close at hand is the tape measure, so a simple holder for that should be pretty easy to make with a 3D printer. There, one less thing to clutter up my desk. Till now I've been keeping my memory cards in this old ring box, but I thought maybe I could do better with a 3D printer. So I made this, and I think it works pretty well. The last thing I need to deal with is the screen for the SnapMaker. It used to attach to the machine itself, but with the enclosure, I wanted it out here for easy access. The problem is, now it's just sitting in the way, getting knocked over all the time. So back to the 3D printer to solve this problem. This is just a handy base that'll help keep it from being knocked over. Just those few small items have gone a long way to clearing up some clutter around the desk. And the new Forstner Bit Holder is a big improvement over the last one. Click here to see how some of the other tool holders were made.